Hey, we are
Yes, we are.
live.
We are live.
Hello, people.
We are live
Welcome.
from various places in England. Here we
We
are.
are we are everyone. We are live and doing stuff and things.
Yes, we are. We are just getting the links and things so
hmm
we can do stuff. You know.
Yes,
Oh
we
my
can do
god.
stuff. We could do stuff such as things. I'll wait until more people come in, and
Yes,
then.
because I don't think anyone's here yet.
Well, there's one person,
One
but
person. Oh my
wow.
god. Hello, one person. Hi.
Hello, person in the chat.
Hello, Nico.
Hello,
Oh my
hello,
god, more
people.
people.
Hello,
Hello.
hello, people. How are you all doing? How are you? How are you
Yes.
all?
Yes.
Yes,
Yes.
yes, yes.
H. Yes, Mr.
H,
Pokemon Fan 44.
H,
H.
H, I.
So once we've got maybe a couple more people in
Hmm.
here, we will start going over the BCM updates and things.
Yeah, we're
And the
going.
stream is not going to get deleted, so you'll get to
Mm,
rewatch it if you want
yeah,
to.
this is a pop. This is not a popcorn stream about no, about R on the way. So it's gonna stay up forever
Yay!
and not get
Yeah.
privated or deleted.
He's also it's just gonna be us talking, so I
It's
don't
just
think.
yeah.
Oh,
Because we kind of want to keep the stream to the point and not have distractions get in the way of things, so like we can like
yeah.
make this a concise sort of update stream to let you all know what the progress of BCM is, how things are
Hell yeah.
going to go down, all the new twists and turns that are going to be on here,
Mm-hmm.
or going to be in the project, etc., and also um, about like how we want to take the project and like when we think it might come out,
Mm.
um, which is still up in the air, by the way. We don't know when this is going to come out. We'd like to aim for like the 20th anniversary, which is the 16th of October next year, but with how much we've got to do still, there's a very good chance we'll have to wait until maybe the following year. Which kind of,
Yeah.
I know it kind of sucks because like, oh, like a lot. I know some of you might be of the opinion of like, oh, the film is being pushed has been pushed back a few times already, and this is I know it's kind of the same with Second
Yeah.
Row, but like
We're a
there's
group
a
of
lot of
teenagers, man.
and also there's a lot of complications behind the scenes that I mean
Mm-hmm.
we might get into. Maybe it depends.
Yeah,
It depends how
especially
much
with
we want to talk about.
filming.
Mm,
Filming is going to be quite difficult for this film because obviously to
mm,
get a bunch of
mm,
different people from across the country all to come down to London
mm,
probably going to be quite difficult. Also considering the fact that we are all teenagers. Um,
mm. Yeah.
so yeah, that's going to be a bit tricky, but we'll find out somehow. We'll do it
Mm,
eventually.
yeah.
Yeah.
Because this being a film being that takes place in predominantly in London, we need to get a lot of live action footage in London. So we need to arrange
Yeah.
something so we can actually be as productive as possible with like if we do arrange a meetup, we won't have like a lot of time to do it
Mm.
because something like that would take a lot of preparation, and we still
Mm.
got quite a ways to go regarding that. Um,
As soon as I've recorded, well, as soon as we've got all the lines, or at least the demo lines for the second part of the film, because it's 5 parts, and four of which have been written. So that's part zero, one, two, well, and three is currently in
mm,
production. Um, uh, so once the demo for the second part has been done, then I will go ahead and do the recordings for stuff that doesn't need to be in London. Like
mm,
there's a couple of scenes where the numberjacks are sort of in other places. I think there's a scene where two of the characters are out in the park. There's a scene with the meanies where they're all having a bit of a discussion, and those don't need to take place in London, especially since one of them takes place in someone's house, and that's likely going to be mine.
hmm Yeah, I think more so than anything else, it's just like because we're currently now basically how it works or how the progress has been going on is like we have a Google Sheets file which contains basically all of the like basically we've got like the whole film split up into like onto like several scenes, but they're all categorized into different sections. We've got section 0, which is like the
Prologue.
prologue. Scene 1, which is which
Part
basically
1.
kind of what?
Part 1.
Yeah, which kind of sets things up, I think.
That's like
And then
sort of pre-mission. It's
mm,
it's called pre-mission peculiarities. So yeah.
and then section 2, which I think I don't know if which I think is either section 2 or 3 is the biggest one. I think it's
Section
3,
3
isn't
is
it?
the biggest one.
3 is the yeah. 2 is like rising tensions and all that stuff. I
Mm-hmm.
think, and then 3 is kind of climax, which is and all that stuff, which is probably why it's the longest. And then section 4 is kind of the sort of
Very
sort of
end.
like the ending, and then sort of like any epilogue stuff that we might have planned because we don't know.
Super Brum fan, to answer your question about what made 2 and 7 join the main 4. Hold on, can I put that up? Could you put that
I
up
was
on the screen?
could I what?
Could you put
Oh
that
yeah,
up on the screen?
get what up
So
on the screen?
because you know how in other streams like they'll click on the comment about a
Oh
question.
yeah. So
and there we go.
I could. Is there if I explain this one? I think because I think
Yeah,
I
sure.
might.
Go ahead.
So it was. I think it was. I might be remembering this wrong because it was a long time ago when this was decided for Second Power. This would have been like back during like Second Power's like first conceptual, like back when the low poly models were made. So this is like late 2023 era, and
Wow.
this is what like I think this is based on what Cam has told me. I think it was like something along the lines of like I think it was like Cam came up with this thing about like if the Numberjacks had like a fifth main character, he said that 7 was going to be that, and I think I think either him or Setro further down the line decided that 2 becoming a main character as well was also going to be kind of cool, and then Popcorn just accepted it, and that's kind of how it's become like 2, and that's like then now, and that leads us to today with like the 6 main characters. So, and on that subject, yes, this is going to be the first are on the way content that has 2 and 7 as main characters, so that's going to start that trend.
And those are going to be voiced by Onyx Moon as 7 and Setro as 2.
Yeah, and then also we've got other VA-wise main cast. So we've got Setro as 2, Yoshi Lover is 3, me is 4, Rio is 5, ISBSP is 6, and Onyx is 7. So
yeah. We also have Cam as 8, Kiyoshi Lover as 9, ISBSP as 10. Yes, 10 is going to be in it still. Very briefly. But
I will explain 10 a little later, but
Alright.
yeah, there is one thing I do want to mention about 10. But yeah, I will get to that. And then we've also got me as 0 and Cameron LM as 1.
We've also got if anyone has checked the fandom page for the film, you'll also notice that we have brought in a couple of new voice actors that are only going to appear in Big City Mission as sort of cameos, as some sort of minor characters.
For context on the way we keep, this is the rewrite page we're talking about, which I understand if some of you might not know about its existence, I'll put the link to it in the chat right now. There's that. If you want to go and head over there just to kind of get like understand what's what. If any of you want want to talk about like if you have questions about that, then feel free to just put them in chat and we can answer them as best we can without trying our best not to spoil anything. So yeah, there's that. Back to 10. 10 was originally in the original version of the script, in the original version that Popcorn wrote, he had this like really like he was treating 10 like a main cast member, which was really unnecessary, and like it doesn't. And I feel like with 10's character as sort of jaded and sort of like I don't know if he's like deliberately sarcastic, but he definitely has that kind of vibe personally, at least to me anyway. He is still gonna be in the film, but like Rio said, a very minor role. He's just kind of gonna be like off to the side with like 0, 1, 8, and 9, kind of like when they're back in the sofa, while the rest are all out on in London and all that stuff. It's like To be honest, when I initially caught wind long back when we were still working on the old version that 10 was written in as a main character alongside 2 through 7, I was like, what the fuck? That just feels really wrong. It just,
Yeah,
to be honest, it reminds me of how like so many of the shitty NG reboots that people try to do, they just shoehorn 10 in just because everyone clamors for any 10 related content
yeah,
because everyone
it's
just loses their shit.
why is it like that?
I don't fucking know because people are just annoying and it's not funny.
Yeah,
Um, but yeah, two. I Super Brother. I do like 2 and 7. Um, being in the main cast. I mean, yeah. I think 2 especially, and I think with Second Power anyway. Even if there's like barely anything around available for it at the moment. I think I've definitely seen a resurgence, or I say a resurgence that implies he was kind of popular to begin with, which I don't know about that, but like, there's definitely been a surge in popularity for 2 as a character, and
yeah,
I think this is going to be a very good. This production in particular is going to be, obviously it being the first one. I'd like to think we can use this as an opportunity to really sort of drive home the the amplified levels of like involvement that 2 and 7 are going to have from this point forward. And
hmm
I hope that you guys are going to really enjoy that because I think what we've got cooking right now is really really nice.
yeah,
Um,
yeah. And
granted, we yeah.
as I
Mm,
mentioned, there are going to be some other characters that aren't going to be shown in, well, Second Power, or were not shown in
mm,
the in Numberjacks on their way.
mm,
Um,
mm,
which I think is going to be quite interesting to
mm,
see how those are going
mm,
to fit in with the rest of the
mm,
cast. But
mm,
I from what we've got so far, I think it's going to be pretty good.
mm. I will say this on the subject of Second Power and characters and stuff. Um, we have had some over behind the scenes over the last couple weeks. We've had some sort of deliberations, and because we initially had Second Power as this sort of idea of like trying of this like our ability to sort of like put a load of different ideas in, a lot of us weren't really thinking. Or I say a lot of us. It was mainly Cam and maybe like Cetra and maybe like the odd couple other people. I think it was most. I think they were mostly responsible for the addition of most of the new characters. We are currently working on streamlining the cast so it's nowhere near as bloated as it is. Because granted, most of the new characters that were going to be in Second Power, a lot of that haven't been revealed to the public, and for good reason because like a lot of them weren't great and just didn't really fit in from like a numberjack sort of a practical sort of standpoint. Um, but 10 is still going to be in Second Power. He's one of the few examples that hasn't been cut because well, I mean, 10
Hmm.
is an obvious one that we're keeping. There are a few other new characters that haven't been cut, so they're still going to be in there. So Second Power is still going to have new stuff, just nowhere near as much as we planned. And
Hmm.
there's a small handful of 9 characters that are all a part of the same thing that we are planning on. I think I'm not entirely sure if this is the case, if we've fully discussed it, but I think some of us were considering dropping 20 to 100 were characters that we were going to have in Second Power, but we realized that
Hmm.
they just felt a bit off.
Yeah,
So
that was
we
originally
yeah,
we
mm,
had written that as a, well, I think I had written that scene as an
mm.
epilogue
Yeah, you did
to the
the
original
original.
Big City Mission
Yeah.
script. It was also going to be in the epilogue of the rewrite, but I've taken that out because
Mm,
it would just be a
yeah.
bit weird because there's
Also,
already an
yeah,
epilogue scene.
yeah.
So yeah.
And also because they're not actual characters anymore. Anyway, so it's like yeah, and also there's something else I was going to mention about them. Oh yeah, 20 to 100s are like as characters, their origins are really really odd and peculiar, and so this is basically how it went down. Cam, Popcorn, and I were on a call in the Big City Mission group chat, and Cam on the call on said call, Cam one day just felt like being silly. And he made 20 models of 20 to 50, kind of in the same style of 10, but like also not. They were kind of like um, we classify them as sort of the artificials because like their original backstories were like they were like numberjacks that were created by Brain Gain. So that's really as far as we went with that sort of backstory thing. So it's kind of, I know it doesn't really make as much that much sense from like a basic level. But I mean, like I said, that's all we had to go off of. Really, we didn't really get that was just like because these were originally joke characters, right? So Cam was making these models of 20 to 50, and Popcorn saw them, and he saw Cam rigging them and stuff, and or not. Well, I think he just duplicated the rigs, but he was Popcorn saw that Popcorn because he was also on the call. He saw Cam making them, and he was sort of like, oh, like why? What are you doing? And then Cam was like, I think he said like, I'm just making these joke characters, and then Popcorn was just like, well, if you're making characters, they gotta be serious. And then basically, and I didn't say anything at the time, but I think Cam also felt like this. Maybe he didn't. I don't know. I don't know what was going through his mind at the time. Maybe he felt the same way as I did. I'd like to think that's the case, but um, basically, Popcorn just being because he was happened to also be on the call at the time saw that these saw, and basically Popcorn declared that these have to be like characters in the canon characters in the actual show for some reason, even though like joke characters are allowed to exist, like 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 we are allowed to do stuff just for fun and not have any meaning behind them. And I think it's kind of rich of Popcorn to say something like that because like a lot of the jokes in his Are on the Way in season one didn't need to exist or be canon, and yet they are anyway. In retrospect, and again, not shaming anyone who likes those jokes. If you like them, that's fine. But like, yeah, to each their own. But it's like, so yeah, 20 to 50 were created, and then 60 to 100 were created later down the line. I don't know why. But yeah. So they were never intended to be like serious characters from the start, and as such, like we have this many like months, or this like even like a whole year and almost best part of 2 years down the line. Well, not quite 2 years, but we're getting there. We finally made the decision to drop them among a few other characters as well because they just didn't really fit in from a practical standpoint. So yeah, so we've decided to drop them. So yeah, that's interesting. So they're not in B. So because of that, they're also not in BCM anymore. I think more so than anything else. So yeah. So I think BCM is going to be pretty good. We are still working on the script. A good chunk, like we're a good chunk of the way through, but so
If I just get the sheet up, I'll count how many scenes you. Well, actually, on the sheet we've got some statistics. So the script is currently, let's see, 33.8% done. With also a lot of the sort of bits that haven't been written are the songs. The songs I'm not that good with songwriting, but I'm sure I can.
I could maybe
I
could maybe help with that. I could maybe help with that further down the line. Yeah.
Total progress 6.8%, and I know that seems quite like but a lot of that is because there's a lot of extra stuff in this table that's classified as like not applicable, such as scenes we don't have to film, things we don't have to like storyboards we don't have to make, BSL translations we don't have to do. Yeah, well, yes, we're going to try and figure out how to fit in actual British Sign Language into the film, because I feel like that would be a really nice addition, because you don't see a lot of films that have BSL in it, and, well, as the number taker is mute, or becomes mute in the film, I think it would be nice if we did actually have him speak in British Sign Language once he loses his voice.
Yeah. I think that's yeah, and yeah, it's like it's like that. I didn't realize that BSL wasn't really a thing. BSL stands for British Sign Language, just for context. Yeah, I was like you think about it, Numberjacks got like the original show got BSL treatment.
Well, yeah.
In like their airings, certain airings got that. You can find them on YouTube easily.
Yeah, but you don't see a lot of BSL like in the shows. You see like dubs, like on like old CBBS shows or something, where sometimes it would be like that there's a BSL interpreter, but you don't actually see them use it like in the shows or films. You don't see a lot of that. So I think it'd be nice to have it in. I'm going to try and see if I can contact someone who is like like a BSL teacher or someone who is more fluent in that more profession, to see if the translations I've already done are correct and sort of if they can help with translating that, so that our actor can do that.
Hmm. Yeah,
And
that's yeah.
sort of another update is about agents. So we've, as you may know, we had the agents casting call up for quite a while. We had it up for quite a few weeks, and we've unfortunately only had 6 applicants that we can accept, of which 5 are actually going to be agents. Because a lot of people didn't put actual contacts into the application, so we couldn't contact them. Or we could find them, but we couldn't contact them. Like, people would only put their YouTube channel names and things like that. And people were often in a lot of things, they were too young to work with us. Or they didn't want to show their face, because that was the main thing, that lots of people didn't want to show their face. And as this is a live action film, that's kind of a thing that needs to happen. So we were only able to get in 5 people, because the 6th person that we were going to use as sort of a last resort if another person dropped out is too young to work with us.
We kind of, for context, I think it's mostly as a safety reason. Everyone working on this thing has to be at least 13 or older, and like I said, the one person we have, I won't disclose their actual age, but because I don't know, and even then I don't know for certain. But like, it's like, yeah, we can't. They're not old enough to to fall into probably be a part of this. I will say
also because they shouldn't really have social media anyway if they're under the age of 13. So
yeah, which means they shouldn't even have Discord. Again, like I said, I won't disclose who that is, but I think some of you watching might know who that is.
I'm pretty sure that person is watching the stream.
Probably.
And I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Also, Mr. Monty, hello. If you don't mind, I would like to go over this question. So, Mr. Monty, Lambda, Epsilon, Psi, Phi, and Theta. They are Greek letter characters that are going to appear at some point in the film. Xi and Epsilon appear in the prologue, and the rest of them start to appear later in the film. I'm not going to give you any spoilers. I'm not going to give any more information away that I need to, but let's just say they're not really on the Numberjacks side. And the new bad guys, I'm not. You may have guessed sort of already from the names of the new characters and the description of the film on the fandom page, but I'm not going to explicitly disclose who they are. You have to find that out for yourself. Once a sort of trailer or teaser is made, you'll find out, you know.
So yeah.
Also, they're Greek letters, not necessarily Greek, because all of our actors who play those characters, I'm pretty sure, are all at least partly British. And I don't think any of them are partly Greek, which I feel like is kind of wrong, but, you know, we don't really have good access to Greek voice actors.
I mean, you say that. I mean, at the same time, these Greek letters come up a lot in, like, maths in this country, so I'd argue I'd argue that's completely fine.
And maths is a universal language anyway, so.
Just correcting you as you're trying to improv a reason as to... Don't worry, it's alright. It's okay. I think... So that's good. Anything else? Cast, we've already gone over that. Storyboarding. So basically we're going to do, like... So basically we do script, basically like a traditional sort of like how an animation studio would go about doing a project like this. Huh?
Sorry, I just accidentally bit into an entire lime. Well, a tiny
Oh
bit
right.
of lime that I didn't realise was lime. I thought it was a potato, but no, it's lime!
You thought it. Wow. Okay.
It
Um,
looks like a potato!
I'm not gonna doubt you on that. But anyway, back to what we're talking about. So basically, yeah, we're tackling this film the same way we tackle any sort of production. So scripting, scripting, basically, and then scene structure thingy, storyboarding, animation, audio mixing, video editing, which yeah. So going by the wiki about what's currently on the roster. So like yeah, Rio and I are the directors and writers of this. ISP, etc. are the proofreaders, which actually hasn't probably come into effect yet, but we'll get to it. Executive producers are ISP, Rio, me, etc. and Cam are the ones, and we've got our on the actual fandom page. We've got our company little thingy names on there.
Night Shift Productions!
Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
we are the producers. The production company is Night Shift Productions.
Yeah.
But this isn't going to be produced under Popcorn TV Productions. This is going to be produced under Night Shift Productions instead.
Yeah.
Because it's being directed by me and Clover.
Yeah. Because we didn't think because Popcorn doesn't really have any involvement in it at all with this, so
He does get a little bit of a credit at the end, but other than that, he doesn't really do anything.
Yeah. We thought it wouldn't be worth like putting his company out if he doesn't really have any involvement with the production of the actual film itself. So
we offered to have him as an agent, but he didn't wanna. Did you know actually? I don't know if anyone has noticed this, but actually, it's in the trivia for the fandom page. But one of the people who was originally going to be in the original BCM, Andrew, suggested that Popcorn plays the number taker because of the fact that Popcorn is so fucking tall.
He is. It's like as
he's
from memory,
6'4".
He's 6'4", and he's the same age as. Just for context, Popcorn is like he's just like is very slightly older than me, like by just over a week, and yeah, I'm like 5'7", and he's like 6'4".
You're so tiny.
I am. Funny enough, yeah.
I say that, and we're the same height.
We're the same height. Yeah, and then like Popcorn is like 6'4", and then Cam is like 6 foot.
Yikes!
Yeah, so there's that. But for going down the list of things, we've got so Cameron and I we're gonna be the majority. We're gonna be like the main animators for this thing. So we're gonna handle most of the actual like Blender animation. So this is the first thing where you lot will actually get to see my animation skills. Like
hell yeah!
So that's gonna be cool.
I'm going to be handling most of the two-dimensional animation because there is gonna be a 2D scene.
It says also ISPSP is also an assistant animator alongside you. Going by that. So Cam, it says it so far only has Cam under the 3D modeling. I don't know if that's entirely going to be true because I have done my fair. I have done my fair like quite a bit of modeling.
You can update that if you want.
Yeah, I'll do that. Fandom pages. Oh no, okay. I remember this is actually a semi-decent fandom page. It's actually decent. Actually, not like that. That is easy to edit. That doesn't make you want to die. Storyboarding. Yeah. So we got you doing the demo. You, me, and Cetra doing the actual storyboards. Then we've also got composers or musicians and lyricists. Didn't realize that was a word, but that makes sense. So we got me, you, Cam, and Justin Nichols, who originally composed the score, so it makes sense that he's on there. Rio being the director of photography, and then also so far it's Rio, me, Cetra, and ISPSP as the film team. And
we should add Cameron in there because Cameron is coming with us to London.
Oh, Cameron is.
Yes, he said that. He said that on his agent application.
Oh, I was going to say that's
also,
why. Yeah.
It turns out that Greater Progress is actually at 7.9%, so 8% basically, because I forgot to add in that demo progress had been done.
Wait, so what's it like 8%?
The total progress of the film.
Okay.
Rory P. Reaction and Gaming Channel What do you mean, where's the link? That's
You're
also the
not
wrong where.
because okay. This is a stream that's just Rio and I. Because we're the directors of this thing, so no one else is allowed on stage. Sorry.
Soz.
So yeah. No.
Nuh-uh.
Oh yeah. We've also got So yeah, with other people, we've got like other like aside from the actors I previously mentioned, we've also got like can I read these out because they're on the fandom page
Sure.
anyway? So we've got other people include Okikoki, who is a friend of ISBSP, who is
Who's in
also
Burrow-Bugs?
who
Go
plays the
watch
role of
Burrow-Bugs!
who plays the role of Vinby on Burrowbugs. She is voicing Theta. We've got Cami the Angora as Lambda, Speedmaster Matt or SMM as Epsilon, a friend of SSJ primarily, who's also in the Clubhouse community. Smarty Holic or as Phi, who is one of ICC's Patreon supporters and is quite a good friend of us. And then we've got SSJ or Supersonic Joshua as Psy. So that's cool.
We also have Cameron as Zai.
As Zai. I would mention. Oh yeah. So we've also got meanies. Antagonist wise, we've got. I'm voicing the Puzzler. Ria is voicing Spooky Spoon and Temper Shaker. We've got Isis P as the Shape Japer. Cam as the Prob Blob. We have not yet got an actor for the Number Taker yet, and then we've also got. Can I read the other two out on my rolls?
Yeah, go right ahead. Also, the characters that Clover is about to mention are, well, obviously they're original characters for the show. One of them was going to be in the original Big City Mission, but has been completely reworked to make them better. And those characters are also on the thumbnail for this stream. Go on.
You've cut out.
Oh,
there we go. Oh, there you go. You're all right. Okay, so yeah.
What do I need to repeat?
You said after you said completely, you then cut out.
That character had been completely rewritten to make them better, and what else would I say? Those two characters that Clover's about to mention are also on the thumbnail for this stream.
So we've got Mihei, spelled Myje, who is the film's main antagonist. I won't disclose, and Krusty, who is.
Say that.
What?
You weren't supposed to say that.
Okay, sorry.
It's meant to be a surprise. It's fine, but that's just stream watchers. You now know that.
Sorry. And then we've got Questy, who's like, who's the other character on the thumbnail. So yeah. So yeah.
Chat, you know now, but nobody else is gonna know. Nobody's gonna know. They're gonna know.
No one will know.
Oh, I don't want to finish this. It's too
What
much.
are you eating?
I have Thai green curry.
Alright.
It's really nice.
Mm.
But there's a lot of it.
Is there anything else we need to go over?
I don't know.
I suppose I could go over. I suppose I could go over the trivia section on the article.
Could I do that actually?
Could we do? I was gonna say we could maybe. Okay, you could do some. You could do some of that. Okay.
I haven't talked a lot, even though this was meant to be my stream.
Yeah, but. Okay.
I know it's on your channel, but it was meant to be my stream.
But okay.
Where is it? Where is it? There it is. There it is. So, we've already got over the extra people who are going to be in it, and despite the film technically taking place in season 1, This film is going to be animated in the style of Season 2, aka the second Power style that you all know and love. And as we have said, this is the only Numberjacks Are on Their Way feature being produced by Night Shift Productions. And Popcorn TV, while he's not going to be much involved for the production, he will still receive credit in the feature for his original concept and characters, those being Temper Shaker and Questy. Also, none of the Meanies' actual theme songs play in the film. Rather, some of their songs have been adapted into longer versions with different lyrics, just because as the movie is going to be a musical. So yeah, we're going to have longer songs rather than just little snippets. And the Temper Shaker theme song has been reworked entirely, because if I'm honest, as much as I love Temper Shaker, her theme song is not great.
You're trying to say it sucks without offending people.
It sucks.
So yeah, we're reworking that and we're extending the songs, some of them anyway. I don't know if we're doing it. Are we doing it for all the Meanies, or is it only like some of them? Okay. So I think there's that. Okay. Oh, there we go.
I did not mute myself. I was talking.
I swear your mic cut out, and I accidentally muted you, but that was an accident. But we're all right now.
Why would you do that?
Because I was wondering what was going on, and I accidentally pressed it.
Oh. I think I accidentally messed up.
Okay. As you were saying then? Okay. So I guess while they're okay, there they are. There you go.
What? I did not leave the studio.
I think you might have disconnected. That time was not me, genuinely. But as you were saying, though, on the trivia section.
The correct mic back in.
There we go. That's better.
The Brian the Brain Game Blob, who you all know and I don't suppose you love, is not going to be in Big City Mission because I don't like him. That's not the Brain Gain. Also, there's a sort of Brain Gain lore is kind of explained in about where the Brain Gain came from and how important it is to the Numberjacks. In senses other than for Brain Gain. So Brian the Brain Gain Blob is not going to exist. So the Brain Gain is shown to be somewhat sentient, being able to walk, navigate on its own, and require sleep, but it doesn't have visible eyes or mouth, and does not have a gender, so the Brain Gain is not male. The Brain Gain is the Brain Gain. Also, sneaky peeky, the Number Taker's non-human form, so his Meanie form, is seen briefly in the film, in the prologue. So that's pretty cool.
His non-human form was seen briefly in the prologue. I'm assuming that's what you said because you did cut out very very briefly. Yeah.
I'm going to throw my microphone out of the window.
Okay. Continuing on. So, this is the only time in a Numberjacks On Their Way feature in which a Numberjack turns evil. Isn't that cool? If you know me, if you know me, you might be able to take a wild guess as to who it might be. But that's going to happen, and it's going to be very fun. There's already concept art for it, and it's going to be really awesome sauce because they turn evil. Okay, and also, a couple more facts. Actually, no, 2 more facts. Cami the Angora, who voices Lambda. What?
I was going to say.
What?
I was going to say you cut out again, but
When?
like when you said more and then you cut out.
Okay. Cami the Angora, who voices Lambda in this feature, originally applied for an agent role, but as he didn't want to show his face, we weren't able to hire him as an agent. But after we heard his voice, we decided that he would be better fitting for Lambda, because we hadn't really got many voices for the other Greek letter characters. And we needed some different voice actors, because we didn't want people to be being reused for lots of different characters. I know that like Clover voices lots of characters, but all of their characters have very different voices. And like in the original Big City Mission, there was a lot of people a lot of characters had the same voice actors. For example, there was a point at which I was voicing basically all of the female characters, which is just bad. Like I was meant to be 3, 5, 7. I don't think I was, and I was going to be 9. I think I had to be her. I had to be her singing voice.
You weren't 7. Onyx was always 7, but
I was 7 singing voice. I was 7 singing voice at one point. And then I was meant to be the singing voice for a lot of characters, despite me not actually voicing them. And then Temper Shaker, Spooky Spoon, the Shape Shaper. And it was gonna suck.
Can I just use that to mention how like how originally with the original BCM, like the main cast each had like they all had the same treatment with it, like they each had a speaking voice and a singing voice, and we didn't even get and it was such a stupid idea that we didn't even get around to finishing that, like the casting for that. So certain characters only had the speaking voices but didn't have any singing voices. And it's
Let me find the credits for the original Big City Mission so I can read them out.
I was still talking about that because I had a couple of things to say.
But I'm gonna look about. Okay. I'm just gonna look for it.
Okay, it's like it's like something like that is like I can understand the notion of like some characters in certain shows or films having different like a speaking voice and singing voice being different actors or actresses or whatever or what have you. But like. The way Popcorn implemented it implied that he was trying to make that like the norm for pretty much every character, which is like that's not how that works. You're only supposed to do something like that as like a last resort, or something like that, or if you
like if a person really can't sing.
Yeah, or if like the person who was originally going to sing, who maybe like if someone did speaking lines for a character and then they couldn't come back to do the singing voice, then you get a new VA in to do that for them maybe. But so,
this is the original voice cast for the Popcorn's Big City Mission. Adsius 3. The reason why we don't have Adsius 3 in this feature is because Adsi can't do a British accent for her singing voice. She can do pretty good British accent speaking, but we needed her to be able to sing as well. So we recast and eventually who did we cast as 3? It's Kyo, yes.
Yeah, we were Cap.
And then we were going to have Onyx, and eventually we were being replaced by me as 3's singing voice. Popcorn TV is 4 because I don't know why.
Just did not go anywhere, but
Popcorn doesn't even sound like 4. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Oh my god, it really bothers me. Just the fact that Popcorn wanted to be 4. It didn't work. Then we were going to have Cute Yoshi Lover voicing 5, and then me singing as 5. Thunder Peachy YouTube,
Yeah, I
voicing
forgot about him.
6, and then Clover singing as 6, which was just mad because they have very different voices.
Yeah.
Cetra's 2 as normal, Onyx
Mm.
7, and then I was going to sing as 7 for some reason.
Mm.
And then we're going to have Popcorn as the Puzzler, Spooky Spoon, Shape Shaper, Problem Blob, Temper Shaker, and the
All,
Number Taker
all
speaking
the
voice.
meanies. All the fucking
So,
meanies.
which was just ridiculous because, like, if anyone, what was it, Date Power? Oh god.
Or
Not,
just any of the, or just any of like the latter
Yeah.
half of season 1.
Popsy, not to diss your voice as Spooky Spoon, but it sounds really bad.
It's.
And then we were going to have Via Rocker as the Number Taker, but obviously they're stepping down from that role. Or are they? We don't know. We're yet to figure that out. It'll all be revealed in due time. And then we're going to have Adzi as 0 and 1, Cam as 8. Let's get to the list of it. Cute Yoshi Lover is 9, ISP is 10. Andrew B, aka my dad, as Judge TNC, which this is the thing that I really get annoyed about, is because Popcorn named Judge TNC after some weird name that's kind of gross from some random YouTube video. So it would be a reference that nobody else would get unless you've watched that very niche video. And it stands for That's Not Chocolate.
Of which no one will have watched. No one in this community will have ever watched it.
Exactly. And why would you name a person, a real person, That's Not Chocolate? And
like,
also, a judge name is what you would refer to as a court judge. Like, you don't call Simon Cowell Judge Cowell. You would call him Simon Cowell. So we agreed that if we were going to have that character be a normal character in our rewrite, which he's not going to appear there, we're going to call him Chris Stevenson, because that's a normal name. Okay, and we're also going to have Magic Bed.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, God. Which was
An ASDF movie reference.
Yeah.
And also, I'm pretty sure it was either Hydro or Popcorn as Mr. Tax Z. And that was spelled TACKS-ZEE, because Popcorn could not spell the word taxi for some reason.
Can't fucking spell the word taxi, which is just like, what the fuck? Like, I understand about dyslexia, but taxi.
Really, it's 4 letters.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
It's 4 letters. Like, as you said, I understand if people have dyslexia, but like I've known lots of people with dyslexia, and all of them were able to spell the word taxi. Because it's 4 letters. I don't know if Popcorn is it doesn't matter at this point. And then the songs that were going to be in that, because I might as well read them out while we're here. We were going to have the Big City Mission Epic theme, which I don't think had been made. Sorry.
No, I don't think it had.
My nose is bunged up, sorry. And I have In the Morning, which had been fully recorded by Popcorn, myself, Clover, and Onyx. And that was fully recorded. In fact, Onyx wasn't in it because I had to sing as 3 in that.
I was gonna say because it technically wasn't fully finished, but it was very close because Onyx didn't ever actually get around to doing his lines.
I did get around to doing my lines, as 3 as well, so it technically was finished. Then we're going to have This New World, which the original version was finished because it was just Popcorn TV singing, but I made a remake that is currently available to listen to on my BandLab. If you would like to have a look at that, my username is the Rockafeather. Don't think too hard about that. Which was going to be performed by Popcorn, myself, Clover, Onyx, and Adzi, but that just didn't happen. They were going to have the extended version of Who's Going Out There, with music and vocals by
Yeah.
the lovely Clover,
Yeah.
which didn't.
yeah.
I don't
I
think
didn't.
that happened.
That I never even started on that yet. Oh yeah.
That's okay.
I made.
I mean,
I made
I
an
was.
I made an extended launch theme like a long time ago. I think during the production of the rewrite, but that was more so. I think it might have been. I think it might have actually been to do with that, but I don't think I made it. I think I might have done it just because I felt like it, and it didn't.
Yeah.
I didn't have actually like the original version of BCM in mind when I made it. But
So the next song is Anything Could Happen, which was going to be written by me. I did get around to writing like the chorus, but eventually I didn't end up doing that. And then we're going to have 6 songs, all sung consecutively. So I'm going to put a bit of context into
cut
this.
out again.
Fucking...
All sung consecutively.
So there are going to be 6 songs that were going to be sung consecutively. Basically, to put a bit of context into this. So obviously, they're going to audition for a musical. And the meanies, when all 6 of them come up to meet the Numberjacks, they're not even at the auditions yet. And they all each sing a separate song. So that's about 20 minutes of song. Consecutive song. And then at the audition, they sing one song. Do you understand how fucking ridiculous that is?
Wait, what?
Outside of before the audition, like before before the minis audition, they sing 6 separate songs. So that's about 20 minutes of song, just singing. And then when they're actually at the musical audition, they sing one song. The 6 consecutive songs are A Blob of Slime, I Mean, Really Quite Strange, No More Numbers, TEMP, and I've Got a Twisted Mind. I think only like 3 of those had been done. No More Numbers is available to listen to on YouTube because it is an original song by DJ Moon Onyx. So you can find that on his channel
as well.
And his SoundCloud.
I will also say, now this isn't the only issue. This is the only time that this is a problem. But like, Really Quite Strange really pisses me off because that's not even the right lyric. That's not even the right title for it. Or it's
Exactly,
not.
it's really very strange.
Yeah. But it's annoyingly one of those cases where like the official like Shade Japer song video on the official Numberjacks YouTube channel with like their own subtitles, they type it as Really Quite Strange, but that's not the lyrics that's sung. It's really very strange. So
and then the song that they were going to sing in the audition was Blob Blob, which is going to be performed by Popcorn and myself. So they didn't. But Popcorn voices all me. It doesn't matter. And then the next song was going to be called Come On. I don't know when that was going to be. And then a song called Everyone. And then the Numberjacks medley. And then going to have I Got a Feeling by the Black Eyed Peas as the ending song, which is also ridiculous because copyright.
I completely forgot about the fact that he planned to put a copyrighted song as the end credits music.
Yep, that was
so stupid.
So we also do have a sort of an epic theme song as our first song in hold on, wait, where is it? In our current Big City Mission, but not to the same degree as his. The second song is called What It's All About. Song 3 is Agents Calling In. Song 4 is Who's Going Out There, which is obviously going to be written by the lovely Clover. Song 5 is A Big Wide World, based on This New World, which I might reuse the backing track for, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Song 6 is The Shape Japers Back Again. Song 7 is Hot Mess. Song 8 doesn't have a name yet. Song 9 is Not So Different. Song 10 is Brain Gain Extended Theme. Ooh, fancy. Song 11 is Anything Could Happen. Song 12 is Anything Could Happen Reprise? I don't know, doesn't matter. Song 13 is The One That Got Away. Song 14 is Who's Going Out There, but a different version. Song 15 is what I'm not going to name for Song 15. Song 16, Song 15, Song 16, Song 17 and Song 18 I'm not going to name because no spoilers. And song 19 is what it's all about, and the Numberjacks theme medley. Because, ooh, fancy ending. Yeah. Because, I mean, the song names aren't really going to give away much, so... Except the last couple. They might be a little bit like, ooh, what's going to happen? I don't want you guys to know too much. Because only 2 of the songs have been written. Those being the epic theme song and A Brand New World, or whatever it was called. I don't really remember. That's because A Brand New World doesn't have lyrics. It's just a montage. Woohoo!
Yeah, that's fun. There's a lot of songs in this still, so it's still gonna.
There is.
The song I'm in is still very much there. It's just
A couple of them are reprises, so
and also,
they're just shorter versions of the originals.
And also the fact that the new version is not about a musical means they don't feel anywhere near as shoehorned in as they did before.
Exactly. Musicals don't have anything to do with Numberjacks.
Yeah.
So it's basically sort of a generic plot of the new Big City mission is essentially the Numberjacks find out that the meanies are being mean in London. They go to London and some interesting things happen, and then they realise, oh, there's some other mean people, and then the Numberjacks think that the meanies are doing it, and the meanies think that the Numberjacks are doing it, but it turns out that neither one is doing it, and there's someone more evil that's doing it. So the Numberjacks go and deal with that. And then it goes back to normal. Yay!
Yeah.
But anyway, it is getting to about 8 o'clock, so do you think we should end it here?
I think this
or
would
maybe
be a
wait
good
until
time.
about sort of 8ish.
I mean, I think we've pretty much gone over everything.
Yeah.
We need to go over. So I think if any of y'all need to brush up on what's happening with BCN, feel free to rewatch the stream whenever you like. I know it's an hour long, so there's a lot to get through, and some things we might have taken a little while to explain, but that's just how it is sometimes. Because streams trying to improv and trying to think about what is happening and all that stuff. But yeah, I think we've done I think this is So unlike all this popcorn streams where he talks about the film, none of this will not be pirated or deleted at all. So, like I said, you can revisit it anytime you want, because that's how it goes with my streams.
Well, we shall say goodbye and thank you very much for watching.
Yeah.
If you are still here or have watched all the way through, I hope you have enjoyed listening to us yap a little bit about Big City Mission, and I hope you're excited for the film whenever it comes out.
Still a long while away, but we'll get there.
It has been lovely co-hosting with you.
Yay, likewise.
Dear Clover.
Yay. Anyway, it's just
Cetro! Oh my god! You're very late, Cetro!
You are this is the end of the fucking stream.
God damn it.
Oh dear. I mean, yeah. But again, you can etc. You can rewatch the stream. When if you need to brush. Yeah. You just.
Oh my god!
I knew you were offline the majority of the time, judging by your Discord. I think you were offline the majority of the time, but that is peak timing. Anyway,
absolutely brilliant timing, Cetro. But as I was saying, it has been lovely co-hosting with you, Clover. And we shall see you another time!
Yeah.
See ya!
Bye.
Hopefully next time I'll be on my channel. Subscribe!